What's good, troopers? It's your boy DB, and I'm back today speculating on the arrival of the next dark side Galactic legend. Obviously, we had Kenobi arrive, and everyone's been speculating on who his dark side counterpart will be. I've seen Maul thrown around, I've seen another Grievous thrown around, Tyrannus has been thrown around, and obviously Vader's been thrown around. And a lot of people are asking me who I think it will actually be, and I personally think Lord Vader. He is the direct rival to Kenobi. It's the most iconic pairing that's probably available in the game outside of, Vader and Luke. So I really think that we're going to end up with Galactic Legend Lord Vader. That's probably the name they're going to go for him too, because they left the hint that Lord Vader has actually been mentioned in some of these recent news snippets and stuff, and they've never once referred to Darth Vader as Lord Vader until now. So and obviously it rolls off the tongue a lot better than pre-crispy Vader or fallen Anakin and things like that. So I really think that's the one we're going to get. So in this video we're going to have a look at some of the characters that I think will be required. There's definitely going to be some paywalls, expect those, but let's kick off with the ones that I'm pretty adamant will be involved. So right away, the Malevolence. Obviously, Kenobi and Anakin were responsible for bringing this ship down in the Clone Wars TV series. So, there's a direct connection right there, right? We already had Negotiator for Kenobi. Stands to reason the other Get To ship will be involved for whichever Darkside character's coming along. And obviously, Anakin Vader have a direct connection to the Malevolence. It's not just a random unit thrown in like Marauder was for Palpatine, for example. It actually makes sense. And pretty much everyone has this, right? Even my alt account that wasn't in a top tier guild, so didn't have a ton of get, it very easily happened. Both Malevolence and Negotiator at 5-star. So if I just stuck on one of them, I'd easily have had one of them at least 6-star. I think it's attainable, I think it's realistic, and I also think it makes sense. So I'm going with Malevolence for this one. So let's move over to the characters now. I really do think this girl is going to be involved, Commander Tano. Obviously, not easy to attain. You're going to need the top boxes in Conquest to get it quickly. I got it last time. This one's been a little bit more, bit more of a slog, a bit more tedious to get through. I'll get there, but I've had a lot more battles drop in. I think my discs were better last time, and some of the teams that I've faced were more optimal last time to get the feats faster. I really think that's what's happened compared to this. But I'm almost adamant that she will be one of the more difficult farms for Galactic Legend Vader, and it makes sense. She's the Season 7 version of Ahsoka, whereas the Padawan version is from the look of her. I'm thinking about Season 2 or 3. The little tail things are kind of at that length compared to Season 1. And my gut says she's going to be involved, because it's not a character that's very easy to get. So CG have a bit of a gate in there, and it'll also push people to develop those teams a little bit harder for Conquest. So a little bit more money involved in that as well. And obviously, the timing of this Ahsoka is the same timing of where Anakin falls. So just like Malevolence, it makes perfect sense for me, and I really think she will be involved. But before we get to the next batch, let's get on with today's sponsor for this video. Today's video is being brought to you by Dragon Champions. Dragon Champions is a collective battle strategy game on mobile devices, much like Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and Marvel's Strike Force, only with more of a fantasy element in a similar vein to World of Warcraft. There are multiple game modes, including 4 different campaigns with their own storylines, with lots of little funny Easter eggs within them I personally enjoyed. There are daily events, expeditions to earn rewards while off the game, PvP tournaments, and a grand arena-like mode called Battlegrounds. Guild raids, PvP arena battles with their shifting metas, and then a galactic war style mode called Tower. The graphics and animations are excellent compared to similar titles. Regular art touch-ups on older characters keep them in line with the new improving art on newer releases, and for me, the lighting and shadows are a considerable improvement on the competition. So be sure to install the game via my link in the description or the pinned comment, then use my promo code for these bonus rewards, which also includes Slinger, a personal favourite demon of mine and a former arena meta character with lots of versatility. To use my promo code, simply click here to go to your settings, and then here to go to the promo code, and type in DB Gift on any account under level 15. Okay, and we're back, and this is the first 10, the other 5 I'll show you as well. But I mean, I'm not exactly isolating out an exact 15 that I really think could be there. Some of these will get to a point where it's like, good possibility, but not quite 100%. And obviously I also think there's going to be some paywall marquee characters coming, but let's talk about the obvious ones. General Skywalker, that seems completely obvious to me. I mean, Jedi Anakin, we've seen him involved in things, but General Skywalker is, I mean, he's the tougher character to get out of the two, clearly. He's probably got one of the hardest events in the game, particularly when it released. Now we've got the likes of Relics and Relic 8 that we can use to really bully through it, but I mean, back then it was an awful lot tougher. I really think General Skywalker would be involved, hence why he wasn't involved in the Kenobi one. Next up, Padme Amidala. Who does she have a better connection with other than Kenobi? Her husband, of course. So, I mean, she's quite a gimme. She's a fairly easy one. Everyone's got Padme in these days. She should probably be the first major character you're going for on a new account as well, because you can pick her up through the bugs and stuff like that. And for starters, they're giving away the likes of Ahsoka and Anakin when you start the game now. So if there's not a more obvious direct route for you than Padme, then I don't know what to tell you. But she's bound to be involved in this. The thing is, most of us have her at least Relic 4, right? So I'm suspecting she'll be one of those characters that's probably going to be Relic 8. I also think General Skywalker will also be a Relic 8, although we have seen Relic 9 exists on the test server, and from having a test account in the past, generally things didn't appear there until somewhere between 1 and 4 weeks before it released. Although personally I'm hoping we don't see it till at least December. Relic 8 is still in very, very short supply. Because those impulse detectors or connectors or whatever the heck they're called are awful to put together. You need like 7 of them, and even myself, I could have 6 Relic 8s, except they're so expensive to put together. I have 1, but I can see those 2 being Relic 8s 100%. Then Asajj Ventress, she is pretty much Skywalker's main rival in the Clone Wars TV series. Constant battles back and forward, while we've also got the likes of Maul in there and Dooku and stuff. Ventress is probably one of the biggest rivals for Anakin, actually, in the entirety of Star Wars, not just in that time period. She really was able to hang with him in battles, and yeah, I can definitely see Asajj Ventress being connected. And then Count Dooku, once again, we've already had him used in the past, so I mean, there's a possibility that they might boost his relics up in there, or maybe he's just a bit of a freebie. I know a lot of people are saying he won't be involved because he's been involved in others, but I kind of think he will. I mean, let's face it, it was probably one of the most... I don't know what word I'm looking for, but one of the most standout acts of Anakin's kind of willing to do dark deeds for the better of the galaxy, when he killed Dooku off. So it's kind of hard to showcase a 4 without including a character that was really pivotal in that. So yeah, I can definitely see Dooku being involved. Kit Fisto as well, obviously Fisto being involved in the Office showdown where Palpatine reveals himself as Darth Sidious, and obviously that's the ultimate scene for Anakin's fall. So I can see them throwing Fisto in. He's not a great character. He doesn't really have any use whatsoever anywhere. I've tried to find one, but generally if he works in something, someone else works better. So yeah, the horrible farm right there, I can easily see being Kit Fisto. Newt Gunray, obviously, once Anakin had fallen and become Vader, he kills Newt. stands to reason that he'll be involved in there, as Vader was wiping out the Separatists, forming his empire. Nute Gunray was in the way and removed, so I can definitely see that. I would have had Wat Tambor in this as well, except he strangely got included in Kenobi's, so that actually removed one for me, but I was adamant that Wat and Nute were both going to be involved in this. Then Zam obviously attempting to assassinate Padme early on, so I can see her being involved. We've had a few bounty hunters involved. I can see her being involved. Aura Singh, same reason. If you watch the Clone Wars series, she attempted to assassinate Padme. So once again, it's one of those story arcs where Anakin showed a darker side. I can really see her being involved in there too. Tusken Raiders, because, well, you know it's going to happen, right? Again, a lot of the characters that I'm picking are characters that are connected to sides where Anakin has kind of not done what he should do as a Jedi, and has kind of showed more of his disobedience and leaning towards the dark side of things. And Tusken Raiders are obviously one of the probably the first one, right? I'm trying to think of all the Clone Wars and all the movies, but I'm pretty sure it was like the first major thing that he leaned towards the dark side in, massacring the women and the children too. So I don't think they'll make us do Tusken Shaman and the other one, or whatever his name is. I think Tusken Raider, probably Relic 3 is a safe bet, guys. And I know it's horrible, but it's realistic, let's face it. We've had some horrible farms in the past. Hey, Rose. I can definitely see Tusken Raider being there. Ki-Adi-Mundi is probably one of the ones that's going to enrage the comments again. I predicted him for Kenobi, and he didn't arrive, although I really think the way the community was like angry about the possibility led to them doing the switch with Cam and Wat. I really do, because Wat makes more sense here. Cam probably made more sense there. And it gives people more time, because I'm thinking it's going to be at least 3 months before Vader actually turns up. That's another 3 runs. That's another 150 potential shards. I put out a Cam guide, by the way. I'll link it in this video. It's doable, guys. It is doable if you know what you're doing, mods, and playing the battle correctly. Even when you have a horrible RNG, it's doable, okay? So they'll also release a pack just like they did with Wat, so that's extra shards available. So it's realistic. It's realistic, and I really think that Cam will be involved in this one. I mean, he is part of the meta team for Kenobi, so everyone's going to be gunning for him now. If they were holding off before and being a bit lackadaisical with it, now's the time they're really going to be like, I got to step my game up. I got to get me old Conehead himself. And yeah, I really think Cam will be involved in this one. And I'm sorry if that makes you guys mad, but I really think he will be. As you can see, mine is 6 stars. I just haven't actually rolled it yet. So 3 months time, I'm more than ready. And my guild have done it fairly slow. Let's look at the next 5. Obviously, Jedi Knight Anakin, I don't know. I don't really know. In the past, let's look at Kylo, for example. Both of his previous versions were involved. But then neither of his previous versions were meta or anti-meta at one stage, whereas Anakin was under Padme. So he was also runnable with Night Sisters at one stage as well. So he's had uses. I don't know. I'm not 100% on him, but it's a definite strong possibility. And the same again goes for Ahsoka Tano, the Padawan version, for the same reason. Strong connection to Anakin, but very easy character to get. You get given her at the start of the game these days. I'm not 100%, but I would lean more towards her likelihood being there than not. Mace Windu, obviously we know he's involved as a relic in the Kenobi one, which is horrific. He's one of those possibilities here as well at high relic. I ain't talking Relic 3. I'm thinking if Mace gets included in Vader, it's gonna be at a higher level as well. So Rambam out there, another content creator for those who are not aware of him, will be very excited for that. The rest of us not so much. Rex, another possibility. Obviously his close friend. Good old Captain Rex. We love Rex. Most of us have him built up big time, but a lot of people for Cam will leave him at Relic 4. This is one of those characters that they could push the Relic tiers a little bit higher and force us to develop in Rex a little bit more. You don't really need to take him any higher than 5 for anything in the game. So Vader would make sense, although I'm not actually positive. He's in that possibility one again. Same with Plo Koon, one of the Jedis executed in Order 66. Cam also in there. So I mean, he has a lot of connection as well. Plo isn't just a Jedi executing Order 66. There's a lot of interactions with Plo and Ahsoka, Plo, Kenobi, and Plo and Anakin. I think he's one of those masters that Anakin respected more, because he didn't just sit in the council doing nothing. He kind of got stuck in. He was in his ship. He was out there fighting. I think Anakin had a much stronger respect for Plo, and as a result, he's more likely to appear in this one. But that said, there are a couple of paywall characters that I also think will be required, guys. I'm thinking Chancellor Palpatine is going to arrive as a Maquis. I really, really do. I think that one is a dead cert, but I think they'll probably end up with a second paywall character. I get a feeling Vader's going to be a hard one to get. I think he's going to be the dominant Galactic Legend. I think he'll end up being, if any character is going to be hard to beat for a lot of these teams, I think it's going to be Vader that's going to be very hard to beat for anybody except Kenobi, who I see being his counter for this whole rock, paper, scissors things going on. I think Kenobi's the one that'll be able to beat him, and I think Vader destroys pretty much the rest of it. And yeah, so I think for second paywall, outside of Chancellor Palpatine, obviously Aegon Kolar, one of the guys that was involved in the attack on Sidious's office. Says E10, another one, but was also there joining with Kit Fisto. I mean, I would like to see both those added at some stage, but maybe just one of them for now for CGI. I think they'll do Chancellor Palpatine. I think they'll do one of those two. Another dark horse, everybody's favorite Gungan, right? Old Jar Jar Binks. Personally, I think Jar Jar will be a bigger character, probably a conquest or a legendary. I don't see him really being Maquis. I could see some other Gungans being, some of the other Gungan commanders being Maquis, but I can't rule him out. I can't rule Jar Jar out in this. There's a lot of characters that could be real strong possibilities in here. I mean, really, any Jedi Master could end up involved in this as well. It's a hard one to predict right now. I'm looking forward to them actually, finally revealing who the next Darkseid one are, giving us our first 5, although I think our first 5 have already been announced. And yeah, very, very curious to see what Maquis are going to arrive over the next couple of months. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to share with your guilds and like and subscribe, or all the usual stuff. Be sure to tick that bell icon as well, because YouTube aren't very good at sending notifications out. At least if you tick the bell icon, you'll get all notifications, and you can just choose whether you want to watch one of my videos or not, rather than not being aware it even exists. So yeah, I mean, these are all characters I can see being very, very realistically involved, and I really do see this top 10 100%. That top 10 100% in my opinion. Malevolence and Ahsoka Tano, the Commander Tano version, 100% in my opinion, or 99.9. It's just after that, I'm not too sure on the rest of it. It's kind of up in the air from there for me, and I've held this video up trying to decide 100% for it, and I've not even got to that point. I've just never got to that point. But yeah, I guess we'll see, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, we out of here.